Meezaan. Meezaan means balance, by the way. So I try to keep it the
Oh,
right balance. I only think about
hmm,
my film, my work, my craft, because
yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what's going to speak to the people.
Hmm,
तो जो लोग देखते हैं actually in a Priyadarshan film and they laugh and they
hmm.
enjoy themselves, that's exactly what's happening behind the scenes as well.
The country is gearing up for the biggest laughter riot of the year with Hangama 2. And today with us, we have Meezaan to talk about the film and some more. So, Meezaan, first of all, like with Malal, you did your film debut, and now it's like your OTT debut with Hangama 2. So, how
Right.
excited are you about this new medium that you are going to explore?
Uh, Super excited because, like you said, it's my debut on OTT.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think the times are different now. The dynamic has changed. We would have liked, obviously, the movie to come out in theaters because there's a different kind of. We've made the movie for that experience in the theaters, but
Mhm.
nevertheless, because we've understood and realized the difficult times, and you have to adapt with it. I'm glad the movie is finally
Mhm.
coming on Hotstar more than
Yeah.
anything, and it's going to be amazing. I think I'm excited myself to see the reactions and what people have to say because
Yeah.
today people can sit in the comfort of their homes, and the good thing is that
Mhm.
it's a family entertainer. It's not
Yeah.
restricted to one kind of
Mhm.
audience, so everyone can sit and watch it together, and they have nothing to worry about. And today kya hota hai, kabhi we're sitting and watching a show or something, and then we have to pause it because if
Mhm.
someone comes in because the explicit stuff and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
this film has none of that. It's a complete family entertainer, and every age group will enjoy this. That's the beauty of it.
Mhm.
And it's a laugh riot. So you feel super good and
Yeah.
happy and positive in these difficult, terrible times that we're going through. So I think it's going to be fun,
Mhm.
and I'm excited for what
Yeah.
people have to say and see about this.
Like you are stepping into comedy with under the tutelage of the comedy
Right.
maestro himself. So how was it getting molded into his vision, working on his terms, and like getting his direction for you?
Uh, it's I'm just shocked by this opportunity because it's such a big name, Priyadarshan. And for me,
Yeah,
I don't think there's anybody better in comedy in Indian cinema than Priyadarshan. Honestly,
true.
I can. That's for a fact for me at least.
Yeah.
People might have different opinions, but for me, Priyadarshan
Hmm.
is a god in comedy cinema. I would say. He is
Hmm.
amazing. He is too good at what he does, and uh, and to work with such a credible director so early in my career. I'm just
Yeah.
grateful to get this opportunity. And this is his 96th
Hmm.
film as a director, so the most I think
Nice.
by any Indian director. Uh, and the whole process, at first I was very intimidated because it's such a big name. Such The other actors in the film also are such big names, and to be working with them was quite. The thought of working with them was quite
Hmm.
intimidating at first. But then,
Yeah.
uske baad, when I started working with all of them, and I got the opportunity, and we actually went on set and started shooting, I realized how much fun it actually was.
Hmm.
तो जो लोग देखते हैं actually in a Priyadarshan film and they laugh and they
Hmm.
enjoy themselves, that's exactly what's happening behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
So everyone is just enjoying themselves. It's a positive vibe. It's a good mood.
Hmm.
There nobody's fighting, कोई tension नहीं है, nobody's cribbing.
Yeah.
Otherwise क्या होता है कि staff people are like, अरे यार shooting कब खत्म होगी, अभी घर
Hmm.
जाना है. Here it's not like that. Here it's like,
Yeah.
oh my god, now it's this scene. Oh wow, like when is this
Huh.
happening? When is that happening? So it's
Yeah.
wonderful, and it's turned out to be amazing. And once again, it's an honor for me to be a part of this film. Such a big franchise, such a big name.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, and uh, and I'm so happy with the way the movie's turned out because it's a completely new film. Just the
Hmm.
title has been used, Hangama, but
Yeah.
uske alawa, it's a completely new film and
Hmm.
fresh cast and stuff like that. But it's turned out to be amazing, and I can't wait for people to see it. Yeah, honestly, it's wonderful.
Yeah. And like last ek film pehle you were the debutant. Now there's another Hindi film debutant, even though she has experience on her hand.
Right.
Pranita. Like I was speaking to her a few days ago, and she told me that you taught her the nuances of staying in the Bollywood? Like, how necessary is it to get PR and other things? To how necessary it is to be spotted going to gym and all. So, how was it partaking your, matlab, giving your knowledge away,
I
sharing it with
love
another?
I love how she's told you this because I sometimes think about it that I tell people this, but मैं खुद नहीं करता हूँ. So I mean I know that these things are necessary and stuff, but I don't do it as often as I should.
Yeah.
People tell me also they're like, oh, why don't we see you on Viral Bhayani and Manav
Yeah.
Manglani and this person and that person and all these other paparazzi
Mm,
places and all.
yeah.
So there are a lot of things that come along with it, but I
Yeah.
don't. I don't focus on those things. I only think about
Mm,
my film, my work, my craft, because
yeah.
at the end of the day, that's what's going to speak to the people.
Mm,
So I think जब आप अच्छा काम करोगे ही तो automatically these
mm,
things just come along with it. So
yeah.
you should just think about your work and how well you can perform instead of thinking about
Mm,
these things. I mean, yeah, it's a part of it. I was just telling her
yeah.
gently,
Mm,
but it's not something that you should only focus on and think
yeah.
that यही
Mm,
करना है. नहीं यार, that comes
mm,
secondary, not even
yeah.
secondary, way after. What you have to
Mm,
actually focus on and think about is your film, your performance, your craft.
yeah. Mm,
Because that's what you're going to be judged on at the end of the day.
mm.
So yeah.
But at least it helped somebody. You were able to spread your knowledge.
I always do, I try to help out as many people as
Yeah.
possible, and especially the newcomers. Today when I meet some of our newcomers who are entering the industry now, I sit and talk to them. I
Yeah.
generally give them good advice. Yeah, but how can you give
Yeah.
them wrong advice? I think it's so
Yeah.
wrong
Obviously.
to and so bad
Obviously.
to manipulate them or to
Mm,
because there are people I know for a fact who give you wrong advice so that you don't do well. That
yeah.
kind of stuff also goes on. So you have to be very sharp and very smart in the kind of people you keep around and the friends you keep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, but that's about it. Yeah, I try to be as helpful as I can to people.
Yeah. And like I have to say, like you have lived the dream of like every boy, every man in this country of dancing with Shilpa Shetty, and
Right.
that too on the song, her iconic song "Chura Ke Dil Mera." So how was getting that opportunity for you? How excited were you?
Uh, till date, it blows my mind because I don't believe it. Only kabhi kabhi yakin nahi hota.
Yeah.
But to get this opportunity and to do Chura Ke Dil Mera first of all itself is such a
Yeah.
big thing, which is the an iconic song. Then on top of that, to do it with the original leading lady Shilpa Shetty, who
Yeah.
today is looking absolutely stunning,
Yeah.
and she has danced with the same energy which she did 27 years back. By the way, the song
Yeah.
is 1 year older than me, so I was not
Yeah.
born when the song came out. So who would have thought, yeah, I'm going to be in the remake
Yeah.
of this song 27 years later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's crazy, how life happens and these things happen in life. It's something that's not in our control. But I have been
Mm,
lucky and I'm grateful and honored to get this opportunity to do this with her.
mm,
And she's a wonderful person and she's really helped me out so much in the song, in my dancing, in my acting, and
yeah.
also like you said, the stuff behind the camera, the things that come
Mm,
along with being part of the industry.
yeah.
So, and my social media game, अभी तो मैं उनसे tips लेता रहता हूँ, because
Uh,
every time she keeps telling me, Meezaan, you're not posting anything on social media. You need to do it. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But yeah,
yeah.
because personally, I'm not like that
Active.
out active. Yeah, yeah. Because I'm a very quiet person. Otherwise, I
Mm,
don't think about. I live in the moment. I
mm,
don't live to show everyone the moment.
yeah.
I live in my
Mm,
own moment. So I'm enjoying my moment. I'm enjoying my life, which is why I don't document it as much.
yeah.
But yes, of course, it's important today to put that out there as well. So I try to keep it a right Meezaan. Meezaan means balance, by the way. So I try to keep it a
Oh.
right balance of these things, and yeah.
Yeah. So were you a bit nervous about, before the take, like having to go on camera with Shilpa on her song?
100%, 100%. मेरी तो हालत खराब थी. I was, terrified. I was like, I hope I give it everything. I hope I'm able to match up to her energy and steps. I hope I'm able to kill it in the song. But I think at the end of the day, it's also important that when the
Mm,
camera comes on, to forget all those things.
mm,
You can think about them before.
mhm.
You should. It's a good
Yeah.
thing. It's a good thing to be a little nervous. But right after the camera
Mm,
comes on, you have to forget it and just
mm,
give it everything with full confidence. That's
yeah,
what I do. And I gave it my 100%. And I'm glad that today finally people saw the song and they've shown so much love and appreciation. So that's really heartwarming for me.
yeah. And like your family has a legacy, and like your father, your grandfather have been a versatile actors, but they have kind of made a mark for themselves in comedy and shown like they
Right.
are superior to a lot of people in that genre. So, did you take any advice from your father before taking on the starting work on the film about comedy, how to approach it?
Not at all, actually. He doesn't really interfere in my work much.
Mhm.
If I ever do need advice, of course, I can always go to him,
Yeah,
and he always helps me out. But apart from that, no, I've never asked him anything about comedy related or what I should be
yeah,
doing. But at the same time, because I was born in this household and family,
mm,
since I was a kid, have always been hearing about, them acting, the way they
yeah,
did their scenes and stuff like that. So I think that somewhere is still in my mind, and
mm,
I, I take that forward with my learning because that's there in my subconscious mind, and it comes
yeah,
out whenever it needs to. So because of all those things I've heard as a kid and learned as a kid is why I'm able to deliver and perform the way I did or whatever little I
yeah,
did in the film. So yeah, and obviously the genes also play a big part. So that's been passed
yeah,
on somewhere.
yeah.
Obviously the credit and the talent is all theirs. I'm just
Mhm.
taking it forward in whatever way I can.
Yeah. So, was there any feedback or reaction from him when he saw the trailer or maybe a cut of the movie?
Oh, he loved it. He loved it. He was very happy, and but he won't say much now. I know for a fact. He'll wait
Yeah.
for the movie to come out. When the whole movie comes out, he'll watch the whole movie, and then he'll sit and
Okay.
tell me what he thought was good in that.
Yeah. And like you jumped from drama to comedy, from a grander than life perception of Sanjay Leela Bhansali to like this effortless environment of Priyadarshan sir. So
Right.
how challenging was it to like mold yourself from your first to your second film?
Absolutely challenging. Because completely different schools and ways of working.
Hmm.
With Sanjay sir, it's a different way of working, and with Priyan sir, it's a different
Hmm.
school and way of working. So
Yeah.
I think I'm lucky also. It was difficult, but I was lucky to see already in the first two films of my career such
Yeah.
contrasting ways of working, and also just uh, I don't know, like I don't now that I think of it, like it's crazy, but I've never really
Yeah.
thought about it, and I just go with the flow. Like I told you, I live in the moment, and
Yeah.
but but there have been completely
Yeah.
different processes, and
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, I'm lucky to work in with such big directors first of all in
Yeah.
my in the beginning of my career. So
Hmm.
and Sanjay sir has like a lot of preparation that goes on, you know,
Hmm.
and there are a lot of other things along with the performance. There's the look, the acting, the costume, the hair, all of that. But
Yeah.
over here, though, it's just like we used to go, just reach on set, enjoy ourselves. जो प्रियंसर बोलते थे,
Yeah.
हम लोग on the spot we used to do it, and that's it,
Yeah.
yeah. And we used to finish 2 scenes a day, and we used to shoot only till 5:30 p.m. Never after that.
Hmm.
So we used to go and enjoy ourselves after that
Yeah.
as well. So it's been a very light
Hmm.
set atmosphere
Hmm.
and mahal, and also very a lot of fun.
Yeah. And like I see like you are growing your hair back. So is it for a new role?
Honestly, it's not. We haven't decided what. I mean, I have 2, 3 projects coming up, but
Yeah.
I've not decided what the look is for those
Hmm.
films. I've just grown it right now. Just yeah. I mean, I was like, I miss my long hair again, so I said, and all the people were commenting on my pages and all saying, "We miss your long hair. We miss your." So I said, "Okay, ठीक है, चलो. We'll grow the long hair now."
Okay, okay. And like there have been like so many reports and rumors about your personal life, about you
Right,
dating Navya. So how do you
right.
deal with these rumors?
Uh, I don't know. I try not to think too much about it. People can say whatever they want. I've tried to give my justification at times as well, but
Yeah,
whenever I've said something, they've written something else. So then I
yeah.
gave up on that also. I was like, leave it now. I'm not really going to talk much on this matter, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just think about my work and live my personal life and
Hmm.
keep it personal. you know.
Yeah. True. That's necessary. So, lastly, what's next for you? Other projects that you're in that you can talk about?
Uh, I can't really talk about it, but they're going to announce it soon,
Hmm.
and they are completely different genres, all of them,
Okay.
and that's going to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so I think it's going to be announced. I think soon, by the end of this month. No, not end of this. I think by next month it should be announced.
Oh, so really excited to get to know that and talk to you about that in future again and get to know
Definitely,
about some interesting stories from that set as well.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
So tell me one of the most memorable incident you had on Hangama 2 set that will always stay with you forever.
My dad had come uh, when we were shooting in Mumbai
Okay.
in Feb, which was our last schedule, and we were
Okay.
doing the climax scene, and it was the most difficult scene in the film.
Mm,
So
yeah.
when my dad first came on set randomly, he showed
Mm,
up, and I was like, "Oh my God, why has he come on set?" Because I get really conscious when he's around.
mm,
So I'm going to get nervous, and this is the most difficult scene, so I have to be at my best.
yeah.
So as it is tension tea, and then on
Mm,
top of that, dad has come, so more tension. So
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And the scene was with Rajpal sir. But the
Okay.
scene turned out to, be wonderful. But
Mm,
when I was doing that shot, it was the most amount of takes that we've given because
mm,
it was so difficult to be able to get that timing
yeah.
absolutely right. And that
Yeah.
energy has to be like soaring high.
Mm,
Because me and Rajpal sir are like pushing each other, fighting,
yeah.
running around, all of that.
Yeah.
So, and saying dialogues and all of
Yeah.
that. So it was very, very difficult.
Mm,
And I remember we finished the scene, and by the end of it, Rajpal sir's kurta was not seen shot. By the end of
yeah.
it, Rajpal sir's kurta was drenched in sweat. My shirt was drenched in sweat. They were completely drenched, like it was a different
Yeah.
color. And I remember we went to the monitor, sweating both of us to watch the scene. And my dad was just sitting there, and he looked at Rajpal sir and he looked at me. He looked at Rajpal ji like, पहली पहली बात तो मैं बता दूं राजपाल जी क्या आपने कैसा किया ये सीन मुझे समझ में नहीं आ रहा. He's like, you absolutely killed it. And
Mm,
I don't hear my dad actually saying that very often. So I was quite
yeah.
taken aback that, oh, okay,
Mm,
good. It's good. And then
yeah.
he came to me, he's like, it was very good. And then he just hugged me and all. So I was very happy,
Yeah.
that he liked what we had done.
Mm. And that would be special also because Rajpal sir recently just worked with Javed sir in Coolie number one and now with you in Hangama.
When they were shooting for Coolie number one, we were
Yeah.
shooting for Hangama as well.
Okay.
So Rajpal sir and Paresh sir, some days used to go on the Coolie set and some days
Yeah.
used to be on the Hangama set.
Yeah.
So they were working with the father and son.
Yeah. For them, it would be so much like working in the family on both sets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But Mizan, I have to say, like, it had been amazing speaking to you and connecting with you again, and really
Thank you
waiting to
so
see
much.
more of your work. Really waiting to see Hangama and see more and more diverse work from you. So thank
Thank
you
you,
for
thank you,
speaking with us.
thank you so much for having me. It was
Yeah.
lovely talking to you, and I
Thank you.
hope you see the movie and I hope you like it.
Yeah, surely.